What's up, guys? We have Reeve, Mix, and Roman here
doing
Dragon Ball Super. He has experience in the last few regionals that ARG has. He's also a judge, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass it off to him. Let's start this.
All right, what's up, guys? I'm gonna be doing a profile today for everybody's favorite Frieza that flips into the Bionic MechaFrieza yellow promo leader that comes in the the draft boxes. Everybody started picking up this this leader because objectively it's probably the best leader out right now. If you don't know what it does, on the non-awakened side, you could take a life to reduce the cost of an extra card that you cast by 1, and if it reduces for under 1, you basically cast it for free. So cards like Objection cost 1, Cold Bloodlust is free, stuff like that. And then on the other side, it's the same ability except it reduces it by 2, and every time he swings, you draw a card. So that's pretty much what that is. So there are a bunch of different variants of the deck. There's a mono blue and yellow builds, there's blue-green with splashing yellow builds, and then the build that I run that I like the most because I've tested all of them is the blue-red build, which is the one I'm going to be showing you guys today. So let's start off with the yellow staples. I'm running 2 Crusher Balls, 4 Cold Bloodlust, and 4 Dodoria. So these are all pretty self-explanatory. Dodoria is your plus 1k draw when you're under 4 life. Cold Bloodlust is probably the single best control card in the game right now. For those that don't know and that want to understand how the deck works, is it's controlling. This negates a card, all the abilities of a card when it comes into play. So when your opponent plays a Kale to nuke your board, you take a life with the leader, you play this for free, even being completely tapped out of energy, and you negate Kale's ability, so it just sits there doing nothing. Same thing with Gohan, same thing against the 7-drop cell. Oh, your opponent did a whole bunch of stuff, made you draw a whole bunch of cards, and, evolves into the 7-drop cell. Oh, it gets Cold Blasted for free and does nothing. You don't discard down to 3, you don't do anything. This card is absolutely amazing, so it's a 4-of. And then I run 2 Crusher Balls. This format is like a really big bomby format to where you combo out. You get to your 7 drops, or you get to evolve into your cell, or you play your like really big game-winning cards, and Crusher Ball, kind of like Cold Bloodlust, just stops that. If you have a really big aggressive card like the triple attack Beerus that people play, same thing. Gets to be played from your hand for free, and it comes into play in rested mode and basically sits there doing nothing, and then you could just recuperate. So that's what you're playing for yellow. You never cast any of these cards with energy, you never charge any of them. They literally always stay in your hand to be played off of the ability and nothing else. If you're really in a pinch, you could charge it, but realistically, it's not necessary. So next, since I'm playing red, I'm gonna showcase that first. So I play 3 Hercule Boo's Assistant. It's the 1-drop. You look at the top 7, take any red Majin Buu card out of those 7, put it into your hand. This guy searches for this guy, which is your 5-drop Awakening Evil Majin Buu. This is pretty much how the deck wins, is with this card. Once you get this card, you have 1 of 2 combos with it, assuming you're not playing somebody that also has Cold Bloodlust. You either do the 3-drop promo Gohan, the ability Unleashed Ultimate Gohan, or the 6-drop Miraculous Comeback Gohan. This guy you actually play from hand every now and then. This guy, you're almost at never under 3 cards, so you're never gonna capitalize on playing him for 2 energy almost ever. Basically, you use him to union onto the 5-drop on either one of them in order to search for this guy.
Oh, God.
So, in a format like when you're playing blue with objections and you can effectively objection to play him turn 4 to go into the combo to bring him out on turn 4. If he doesn't get cold bloodlusted, it's such a degenerate feeling playing it against opponents that aren't familiar with what this card does.
Yeah.
So
I was one of them.
Yeah, he was one of them right before. So basically, what he does is, he has dual attack. That's the first thing. So swings, stands back up, gets to swing again. Then he has a once per turn ability that any Son Gohan adolescents, which is either one of these two, that are under him because of the evolve trigger, he gains all of their abilities. So with him, the combo. Oh, and he could attack battle cards that are not in rest mode, in active mode. So he basically turns into a souped up Jiren as well. So with the promo Gohan under him, he now could attack twice, and you could either draw 2 cards off of him or give him double strike twice. Pretty much you always draw 2 cards, which is already ridiculous. And like I said, you could be attacking battle cards that are inactive. Or even more ridiculous, with the 6-drop Gohan, he gains double strike. He's still a dual attack. He could attack battle cards that are face up, and every time he kills a battle card, your opponent loses 2 life. So you don't even have to attack your opponent's life with this. You clear their board, and they lose life for every single battle card that they drop. There's nothing, you don't get a better feeling in this game from all the decks that I played than pumping him out on turn 4, or possibly turn 3 with a double first turn objection, and your opponent just going, what? That's literally what happens, because people just don't know. People just don't know like how to deal with that. Like it either gets cold bloodlusted or like you're okay, whatever. And then to round off all the red, of course for Jiren. Jiren is like the mini red version of Kale.
Cheers, Jiren.
If you don't know what he does, he double strikes in. He could attack active mode battle cards, and once per turn, when he attacks a battle card, he stands back up and becomes a 30k for that battle, which means you could attack another battle card for another 20k. Essentially dual attack, except he pumps himself for 10k on the first attack. For 4 mana, it's absolutely ridiculous. So that's basically the core combo for the deck of how you win. Like, this is what you do to win in this deck. And you, of course, run blue, like every good Frieza player should. You have your energy boosted Majin Buu. 1 blue, he draws you a card, sits there, looking fat, doesn't really, do all that much health. One thing to note, both Hercule and the Awakening Evil Buu specifically state red Majin Buu. So don't make the mistake like some people I know have, where they'll go and they'll search for like a blue Buu with Hercule. It does not work. He specifically says red. So I just wanted to make that clear, that people don't like misinterpret that. Oh, it says Buu. You can search for Buu. Has to be a red Buu. Don't want you guys getting like game losses thinking that you can do that. It's not good. But you play 3. I played 3 Whis' Coercions. I played around with playing 4. I think 3 is fine. You play 4 Senzu Beans. And Senzu Bean in almost every situation is just better than Whis' Coercion. Most like aggressive decks, their main body beaters are 15k. So once you're already like awakened, like Senzu Bean brings you up to 20k, and you could untap 2 for like, I don't know, other things. Like combos out of your hand and everything else like that. But I found that Senzu Bean is pretty much always better than Coercion is in most situations. Some situations, if they're like swinging in with like a crazy big 7-drop that like has dual attack and like you just don't want to deal with it, you would negate it. So here's where I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of flack on the channel. I play 3 objections. I don't play 4. I play 3 objections. I think every Frieza player is like, you have to play 4 objections. Every blue player in general is like, you have to play 4 objections. I found that you almost never want a double objection unless you know you're going to go into a turn 4 combo guaranteed. You lose too many resources from both life and hand to make it worthwhile. You objection once, and you're already up by 1 energy, so you're ahead of the curve from your opponent. If your opponent isn't playing blue, you never objection again. And you could just use objections to charge. If your opponent is playing blue, you could keep an extra objection in your hand to objection +1 after them if they objection against you, evening out the energy cost. This whole entire game, I found everything revolving around who has more energy and who has more cards in hand. The person that has more energy on the field and more cards in hand will almost always win the game. It doesn't matter what the board state is, because if you're drawing more cards and have the energy to cast them, you're going to find an out to whatever your opponent is playing. It doesn't really matter. Ultimate Judgment, Jocko, you never cast this guy either, even though he's a 16k body for whatever reason. You use him to combo. I'm sure you guys know. You combo with him on the defensive, and he bounces back one of the combo cards that your opponent played. So this is amazingly good against Cell players, because if you open up this with Cell and Cell goes into like turn to attack, comboing into TN, you go, okay, no negates. You combo that, it bounces TN back to the hand, which means they use the 2 energy, but they can't cast him and can't play him to do the TN combo to like awaken that turn. So it's just really good against Cell players in general. And then the final card I play one of Energy Boost Beerus. This is literally just a 5th Jiren basically, just in blue. Or a blue version of the promo Gohan that comes into play to pop something on the field. Big difference is he's double strike instead of critical, but still 4 mana, 20k beater, and pop something on the field. You almost always will have 5 mana when you play him, so his ability always goes off. That's pretty much it. Hope you guys like the deck. You could catch me. I'll be, what is it? End of the month is Richmond, Virginia?
End of the month,
yeah. I'll be at Richmond, Virginia. If you guys see me or whatever, come say hi. I'm sure I'll be playing this or some variant of this. I'm definitely playing Frieza for the next regionals. So.
Or Hit. He could be playing Hit also.
I could be playing Hit. I think Frieza's a little better, but I'm not playing Metacooler anymore. For those of you that actually like know me in the community, you know, like I'm a staunch Metacooler player. I'm not playing Metacooler. Don't get mad. Some players get really mad at me when I play Metacooler. They're like, it's not even a meta deck, and then I still win. And it just makes them so salty. But whatever. Have a good night, and yeah, subscribe to the channel.
Thanks a lot, guys. Signing out.